Fatherhood is not just about being there. It is about showing up, standing strong, and shaping lives every single day. A father's presence can build a child or break one. Anybody can have a child, but not every man becomes a father.
Men not joining the women that become up there now, be discussing their friends, think, I did this for that man, I did that for that man, when he was down. Because of some little bit understanding. Right.
Our guests on The Mind of a Father will be discussing what it really means to be a man, a husband, and a father.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Bollie TV. My name is James Bollie. Today we are on a podcast called The Mind of a Father. Fatherhood is not just about being there, it's about showing up, standing strong, and shaping lives every single day, my people. But father's presence can build a child or break one. Today we ask the hard questions that define what it really means to be a man, a husband, and a father. I mean, anybody can become a father, but not everybody can take care of their children, okay? This is where real fathers will speak. This is where real fathers will reflect. This is where real fathers will go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mind of a Father podcast. Today, I have my dynamic guest with me. We will be discussing a lot of issues here today about fathers today, fathers in the past, on this Father Days podcast. But before I can go into the topic of discussion, I will turn it over to my guest so you can introduce yourself before we can proceed with the rest of the discussion, and I will let you know what you guys should expect. So grab your popcorn. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Bollie, for having me on your show. I appreciate being here today.
Thank you too for accepting our invitation. Just talk to my audience, introduce yourself, tell them a little bit about yourself so we can proceed.
My name is Pastor Spencer Suku. I am an assistant pastor of my Zion Prayer Ministry. I am a husband. I am a father and a grandfather. Above all, I love God.
Everybody let go.
I know.
All right. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we will be discussing society and men today in the society in the past. Today we'll be talking about identity and responsibility of men. Today we'll be talking about honesty and accountability of men. Today we'll be talking about the mental and emotional strength of men. I know we all are fathers, but there's a lot of things we'll be saying today. We'll be talking about marriage and partnership. Men, husbands that are married or have a partner with them. And also, we'll be talking about the impact, fatherhood impact. We'll be looking into that today. Last but not least, we'll also be talking about the balance and sacrifices of men. So today, I have my dynamic guest, like I said. So grab your popcorn so that we can dive into the discussion. No waiting, because the man looks like he's ready to explode and he's ready to fire. Pastor Suku, once again, thanks for joining Bollie TV on this wonderful Father's Day podcast. Do you think society today is building strong men or confusing them, Pastor Suku?
Thank you for the question. I think today's society is two ways. I see it. Society is building strong men, as well as society is helping men to be weaker. And what do I say that? It is determined by what path a man takes, okay, in terms of what he wants. And then it's also determined, when I say weaker, the weaker may determine what path a man wants that makes him weaker.
What are some of the examples that you think you can give our fathers on Father's Day today to tell them what actually making men stronger today? Then before we go to the weaker side.
So what makes men
in this society?
In this society, what made men stronger is the determination, or there's a determination to work, okay, harder, to have confidence in themselves, and have trust in themselves that they are created to be men and they are created to be stronger. So society helped them to be stronger, or society helped them to be weaker.
Are you saying that society back then did not also contribute to that?
Society back then did contribute because where I'm from a background, a cultural society background from Africa. It helps build us. But in this new generation or the society in which we find ourselves, it's different. It's not like in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 70s. It's kind of a different.
So then what then now that we have heard that from Africa and to here now, what in Africa that you think helped or contributed to building stronger men there versus what helped here to build stronger men now in the society we live in this century?
Back in Africa, you have cultural training, cultural, education, where you have a village breaking up a man, training up a man, because there are two people who give birth to a child, and it takes a village to raise the child. So back home, we were all trained by uncles, aunties, neighbors, and stuff like that. Yeah, in our society in which we live right now, it's different, completely different. And so it helps to break men because no one has the right to talk to somebody's child.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Even if they're your uncle, your aunt, they kind of in this, local society, they kind of a little bit afraid or, kind of leading to let's say talk to your own child or your brother's child. But back home, no, it's a cultural thing. So uncle can, grab you back home and, discipline you. That helps you to be stronger.
That's correct. So then we'll go to the same thing now. What do you think were confusing men back then, and that you think still confusing men in this century, in this culture that we found ourselves in now?
I think back then, what confused men is the lesser upbringing will confuse men who grew up in the 70s, in the 80s, and in the 90s or whatever. Okay. Yeah, in America, what confusing men is the lot of distraction, social media and all these little things that bring distraction to men. So it's not to help to build men up, it helps to break men.
So are you saying that things that were confusing men in Africa, because you say a village raised a child,
yeah.
So what was confusing them back then that is still confusing them in the United States?
I think back then I want to retrieve my word. Back then there was not men were not that confused as compared to our generation. Because our generation, we have a lot of things that goes on here that is confusing men. We find more men involved in drugs, more men involved in all kinds of stuff, and those things bring confusion of the mind that breaks men, that they are not able to perform their full ability as men.
Okay, now you're talking about now drugs related to what happened in Africa or here?
Yeah, in America, even in Africa right now, in the new generation, it has changed. Our days are different from this, present days.
Yeah, but back then we had the heroin epidemic that actually took over America, especially that were coming from Vietnam and other places.
Mm-hmm.
So men were hooked, especially we African American men. So then this will bring you to my next question. What is one truth about manhood that people don't want to hear? That you think that people don't want to hear? What is one truth about manhood that you think people don't want to hear? Other genders, let's just put it that way, don't want to hear. Because some men will say, my man, people don't want to hear us say this, don't want to hear us. I mean, in your case now, what is one truth you think about manhood that maybe even other men don't want to hear?
Authority.
Authority, when you say authority now, are you saying other men don't want to hear about authority? Or the significant other don't want to hear about authority?
That's it, yeah. The partners don't want to hear about authority because
okay, so that gives you an example.
The men was created created by God to have authority, to have dominion. So that is embedded in us as men, to always have authority. So it is very impossible to see the men who want to submit to a woman, even at the place of job. It's kind of hard because you have that ability to have control, to have dominion. Okay, so most people or most marriages or husbands or wives, they don't want to hear the men to control it, but that is God-given ability to act.
So then this brings me to this question. If you say men don't want women to be in charge of them, but when it comes to jobs now, it comes with qualifications.
Right.
So even if the woman is qualified to you and she's your boss, you still not going to accept it?
Some men will accept it because it's what paying is. It's what giving money into the pocket.
But they're not happy about it.
They're not happy about it.
So the men all want to be in charge.
They all want to be in charge. That's our God giving the ability to be in charge.
If your son follow every step of your life, will you be proud or worried, and why?
I would be proud if he follow steps of my life that are positive, that make impact. I will be proud. I will be happy. I'll be a happy father to see him following that path.
What's about the one that is not?
Well, every man has weaknesses, right? So there is a part maybe my child will see in me that, okay, daddy is weak in this area. I don't want him following that weaker side of me.
And then I was ask it now, what weaker side of you that you think you will worry that if your son is going to follow? Because you are a man now. So I want you to do it two ways. What weaker side of you that you think you will worry when your son follows, and what weaker side that you advise to men to not allow or make sure the children avoid following?
If a man, if a father is in the habit of, maybe for example, he has some positive area and then has some weaker area where he's fighting as a battle, maybe he's alcoholic, maybe he's doing drugs, maybe he's doing something that is not good.
Womanizing,
you know, all those things, they are not good life. Okay, so I won't be proud to see my son engage in such a behavior. All right, that is not right. So when I was coming out as a young man, I did some stuff. I did some womanizing. Is it right? No, it was wrong, right? So I began to teach my sons that the most important thing to do is to be focused, have one friend, one woman who you think can make you happy and make your life productive.
But then at what age now? Because you said when you were coming up, so were you married then?
No, I wasn't married. I was a young man.
So, but you were searching to see who would be the right person,
Who would be the right person, right?
So you want your son to go see that same path?
No. I don't want him going that same path, because going that same path create more problem, because like you're adding more, problem to your problem. You know what I mean? Well, you keep sourcing, you begin to hurt a lot of women's hearts, and that is not good.
All right, that is the voice of Pastor Spencer Suku. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are stuck to this channel. Don't leave. We are here with Pastor Spencer Suku. Pastor Suku will be coming to identity and responsibility. What does being a father and a husband truly means to you beyond just providing financially?
Care, time, unconditional love, patience.
Got you. Yep. I want you now. You said care, time, and patience. 3 key things Pastor Suku said. Pastor Suku, I want you to take them one at a time and give us some little example and just elaborate on each of them one at a time. Because this message is for men. We got men that will be becoming big. Some of them born baby today to become a father. Right. Some of them already a father who don't even know these 3 things that you name. Right. So I'm going to give you the 3 things that you name. You said care, time, and what?
Love.
Just give us an example with care, and then you go on and just elaborate a little bit.
As a father, you should have unconditional love. Unconditional love will not make you to see the weaker side of your wife, of your children, because you love them unconditionally. Care is when nothing will change your mind from being the man God wants you to be, to care for your family, to show them that love, to be patient. Is no matter what happens, you exercise patience. Because why? You're a shepherd. Just how in the church we have pastors who shepherd people. The first shepherd God created as men. To have family, you are a shepherd. God has given us the responsibility to take care of the people He gave us, the people He has given us in our life, our wife, our children. We should take very good care of them. We should love them unconditionally. We should be patient with them, and the patience comes with a lot of sacrifices for them.
You mean like you should always have temperament?
Yes.
Not
everything you got to blow off.
Not even for your children, no, for your wife, or anything like that.
For your wife, for your children. So I say family in a package.
Thank you, Pastor Suku. Now, have you ever felt like you were failing your family, and what did you do about it?
I think I would say time. There are certain times because of work and to provide, being the head, being the worker provider in the home. So I took a time working a lot. Then having some time with my family where we go on vacation, we do stuff, fun stuff. So I think I lost that time with them from the early stage of the lives of my children, meaning the ones that are all grown.
So are you telling me a man is sacrificing going to work and not having that time to be with the children? But even though he put in roof over their head, you would consider that for you as failing your family because you didn't provide time? Where if you're not going to work, you just go home providing time to them.
It's important to balance it.
Yeah. So
there must be a balance. You can work and forget about the most important responsibility you have. Because the most important people in your life are your wife, your children, right? So when you are working, you got to make time up for them to balance it. You got to be on the scale.
Where if the job, because the time also you're talking about, it depends on the job schedules that you have. So where if your job schedule does not permit you to provide that time, or let's say where sometimes there's a one income household where you have to make up time to be able to cover things, to put roof over the head. How is that? How can you balance that?
There is no way that a man is supposed to work 7 days, 24 hours within the day, 7 days in the week. Okay? Every job in this country gives you either 2 days off or 1 day off. We choose to go and work overtime on those 2 days. So if you can take that 1 day off and spend it with your family, because Mr. Bollie, there's something that's important, that very important about time. You can't get time back. When the time passes, it passes. Okay? So making up time to spend with your family is very important for us as fathers, because you can't get it back.
So in your case now, where you are working, what did you do? Did you try to create time even though the job did not provide you time to spend that time with family?
So at a certain time, I began to create time. I was doing 2 jobs. So what I did was I cut off my hours at one of my jobs. So I'll be able to create time, make sure I take my kids home from school, take them for doctor's appointment or wherever places I was supposed to go, we can go.
And why is it important that you must create time for your family, your wife, your children? If you were advising all of men that are already not doing that, or men that just, some of them born baby today, some of them just have a baby, why is it important that time, no matter what job you do, you must find that time to be with your family or spend with your family? Why is it important? If you were advising them, look straight in the camera and let them know why is it important as a man? Because back then, our father, women always work back then. Mm-hmm. So they just felt that once they're working, they kind of get the money, they get full money. That's it. They go, or they come out, they just go straight to bed.
Right.
Or no time.
Right.
They've got to sit tired.
Right.
Which you find in the United States too. There are some guys that work to the UPS and internet.
That's correct.
That don't have a lifting job. The only time they get around when they come on that Saturday, they didn't get time to carry children. Anyway, I say, my man, the kind of job I do, right, I don't have time. I have to rest because I have to provide for the family. Mm-hmm. Now, in that situation now, what would be your advice?
One thing I want to tell us as fathers, I want to include myself, is that the Bible says something that was very important in Genesis. The Bible says God created man and God created a woman. And God gave man dominion over the earth. And the Bible says that men were there in the garden having some good time. But what he didn't do was he left his wife alone. And something happened. As long story short, the devil came and betrayed her or led her to sin, right? And that's how they will say sinking into the world. So what am I saying? I'm saying this, no matter what is important or providing for the family, a father must be able to make up time for your children, no matter how you are working. I want to congratulate you. You are a good father, providing food, clothing, shelter. It's wonderful. But one thing that you still need is making up time for your family, for your wife, for your children, because you will never get that time back.
That is the voice of Pastor Suku. Make up time for your family. And are you the kind of man your children will be proud to become?
Yes. Yes.
Give some example what you think that other fathers are listening that they may have to do so that when the children look at it and say, yeah, you know, I want to become a pa. Because not every man now, like you say, some people will be womanizing, you know. Children, so you know, my papa was growing up, my papa had even again.
Yes, I would do the same.
My papa used to kick it.
Yeah.
So because there are a lot of things that, especially when you got a boy child, that they watch you do,
Boy, girl.
and they admire, boy or girl, they admire you doing it.
Right.
You may not know, but they admire you doing it, and wish that when they grow up, they want to do the same thing.
Right.
So that's why I'm asking you this question: are you the kind of man your children will be proud to become? If so, can you give an example of some of the things you think that they may look at and say, "No, daddy was this, daddy did this, and daddy did that"?
Okay. One of the things I know my kids will admire me of is I'm a caring father, I'm a loving father, I'm a hardworking father, and I'm a disciplined father. And number two, the way I live my life in a very creative, responsible, honorable way. So I believe my children see that honorable part of my life and they admire it, and some of them would love to be like me tomorrow.
You think any of the children won't be pastor?
No, one of them don't want to be pastor.
How many children you got again?
I have 7, but my last born, my son, he doesn't want to be called pastor. So he doesn't even want to wear suit. He got suit, he doesn't want to wear it. He just want to wear jean trousers and a t-shirt and go to church.
But pastor can wear jean trousers.
I don't know what he thinks that for. He just believes that, okay, when you wear suit and you wear shoes or dress shoes, that means you're a pastor. So he just made that thing called pastor.
So has he ever told you why he don't think he can become a pastor?
He said because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of commitment, a lot of helping people. He believes it take the dad away from him in terms of time.
My God. All right.
Because every time you're like, okay, where are you going? I'm going to work. Or where are you going? I'm going to the church. Oh my God, just church. So,
all right, my people. Fatherhood is not just about being there; it is about showing up, standing strong, and shaping lives every single day. A father presence can build a child or break one, my people. Today, we are asking the hard questions that define what it really means to be a man, a husband, and a father. In his case, a grandfather.
yeah.
Anyone can have a child, but not every man becomes a father. This is where you hear the real father speak today. You hear real father reflect and real father glow. The mind of a father. And today in the hot seat, we have our pastor, Pastor Suku, our husband, our grandfather, as you heard the man say. And that's where we are today. So before we go to the break, Pastor Suku, we will be discussing honesty and accountability before we can take our first break. Because I think the people already enjoy you firing here. What is one mistake you have made as a father or husband that still waits on you today? In your relationship,
in my relationship,
and in your own life. Two things.
Yes, in my relationship, in my marriage,
and in your own life, personal life.
In my own personal life.
Yes. So that the two answers we'll be looking at.
Right. There are decisions I have made that affected me and my family in some ways, and I make that mistake and I regret it, and I don't think I can make such a mistake again. Because
and does it still weigh on you today?
It weighs on me because every decision you make either impact you or affect you. So that is where we as fathers, men, have to be careful what decision we made in terms of life, growth.
Thank you. I mean, will you care to share it, or will you care to share any example? Besides, if it's probably okay, will you care to give some examples that maybe fathers that will be watching, that you have tell them, look, avoid such mistake because it may haunt your family? Or I know you talk about it, bro, right? But are there, besides your own personal thing, are there examples that you think you can give to fathers so that if they are watching, they can try to avoid that you think will haunt them for a long time?
I think as a husband, as a father, cheating, womanizing is wrong. It's not in any way good. Because it affects you as a man, it affects your family, it affects your wife, it affects your children. So that is wrong, number one. Number two, excessive social life, where we say we're having fun time and we just doing it whatever way and stuff like that. I think some of these things are all wrong because it's not impacting a man and building a family. That's what I believe. I might be wrong.
I mean, that's your opinion. So, I mean, but yet still, you still have to, you still giving your advice to fathers that some that may be watching who have not heard such advice before. So, I mean, that's a good advice. So now, let me ask you this question: have you ever had to apologize to your wife?
Yes.
What did you do that made you to apologize to her, and what teaching moment did you learn from that apology?
Women, they take certain things very important. Maybe our anniversary is something that's very important to my wife. So when our anniversary is coming, I say we're gonna go out. We're gonna go out, not just in Phoenix. We're gonna go out of Arizona. We're gonna go somewhere to just have fun. I call it to chill, right? And then when time comes, I start giving excuses. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. So that alone got my wife to a place where she's like, okay, well, they made you don't have no interest in our, anniversary.
We ain't going nowhere.
So I keep it. Thank you. We're not going nowhere. So I keep apologizing. I'm sorry. Even to go out, they will have dinner. No.
And how many years you guys been together?
27 years.
So in that 27 years,
for the early beginning, it was sweet. It was good. But now we're getting old. We get children, grandchildren.
So in the 27 years, how many times you apologize now? You can count it?
Time. I plenty time. Because last year, I remember last year we didn't go nowhere. This year, I plan for us to go. I plan for us to go somewhere. So it's like, the day comes and sometimes I will even forget.
Yeah, we're not too good at dates.
Right.
Some men are good at dates.
Sometimes I will forget.
Right, yeah. But did they teach you anything?
They taught me and still teaching me in that moment that, okay, there are things you can take important. Things that are important to your wife, important to both of you. You have to take it very, very important. Because these are moments that make our wives happy. Anniversary, birthdays and stuff, they are very important.
So Pastor Suku, let me ask you this question, because I asked one of my guests and he was saying, if your wife wrongs you and she refused to apologize to you, she's not speaking to you anymore, she's out sleeping in different rooms anymore, just so she wronged you.
Yeah.
Well, how will you do to resolve that situation so the whole house can be peaceful?
So you see, as a man, as I say, you're a shepherd. And what I call unconditional love, that's where it kicks in. Okay. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall be called the children of God. So when you're a father in a house, you become a peacemaker, right? So even though your wife wronged you, all right, and she refused to apologize, you being the bigger one, the father, the husband, all right, by you telling her, say, oh, look, sweetheart, look, let's forget what has happened. It's okay. I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't want, created some kind of avenue that makes you mad to make you to be the way you are. I'm sorry. By you telling your wife sorry, it doesn't take anything away from you. It just makes you a stronger man. It makes you a better man. It makes you a man who is very intelligent, who has wisdom. Why? Because you want peace in your home.
Thank you. Now, would that be a good precedent? Because sometimes, women, some of them may look as a lavish. Even if I wrong, he don't apologize to me. So would that be a good precedent you'll be setting to let the person know that it's okay to wrong you because you will be always the one to apologize? Would that be a good precedent?
To me, I want peace. I want peace. Yeah. So, and Mr. Bollie, peace matters. All right. To have peace between you and your spouse, it does matter. So if to maintain peace, right?
You accept a precedent.
Yeah. If to maintain peace, if I will go against my principle or say no, since she's not going to tell me sorry, I will not tell her sorry.
So if she cheats on you and refuses to apologize for cheating, for the sake of peace, you let it go.
If she cheats on me and refuses to apologize for cheating, then that way I'm going to get third party.
For to apologize.
To get help. Some people within themselves, they wrong, but to just, they sound of ego or proud, in some people, they feel, and I want to come back because there are some, wives who take the kindness of the husband for weakness, right? So they know, okay, if I do this, he'll come telling me sorry. Well, that disadvantage, there will be a place that it reach that there must be a time of repentance. That's what I see it to be like. So if such a thing occur, the first thing that I will want to do, she have family. She have maybe people who she believes in, who she looks up to. I will go to them and say, this is what thing to me. And she refused to say sorry to me. So if she's still saying no, she can't say sorry, then maybe she don't want to marry.
Do you believe in divorce as a pastor?
I don't believe in divorce as a pastor.
But if she don't say sorry, then she don't want to marry now, what will
separation
you do?
Separation doesn't mean we got divorce.
So you believe in separation, but not marriage?
No, I believe not divorce. Separation is not when you mean separation, it doesn't mean say that you're divorced. You're gonna go on. Separation.
Yeah, where you go different place, you go different place.
Right. From moment of time, maybe you find in that process you find strength. You gotta realize, one person gotta realize that okay, this man is far better. He's very important. That I have to go back and say sorry to him.
All right. So we are going to come to the last question on this discussion, and then we'll take a quick break so we can be back with Pastor Suku. So, Pastor Suku, in what way have you fallen short emotionally? If you show up, even though you show up physically, have you been? Do you get emotional? May I ask?
Yeah, I get emotional.
Have you cried in front of your wife?
I gotta believe or say that I would tell men who consult to me. I say it's good to cry, but if you want to cry, go in the shower, open the shower, and cry in there. Nobody sees you, only you alone there, right? But it's not wrong to cry in front of my wife.
Yeah, because you know so how men are. That
it's
man,
not wrong.
Every small thing that man can add a woman. It's crying.
But even my wife, every human being has emotion. So if I'm hurt, something is bothering me, and I expressing it, and I cry, I shed tears, it really doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make me a man. I mean, a human being.
Yeah, because so what will you say to the men who believe that because you emotionally express your feeling by sharing tears to your wife, it means that you're adding a woman or every little thing, so you cry. Yeah, what you don't cry in front of her.
You're not weak. It just makes you a human being. It makes you a man or human created in the image of God. You have flesh, you have a spirit, you got a soul. So the flesh has emotion. So that part of it has to be expressed. So when you're expressing it means nothing, brother.
All right, that is the voice of Pastor Suku. We will be right back. And when we do come back, we'll be going to the topic, mental and emotional strength of men.
Contact Bollie TV to promote your events. At Bollie TV, we shine a positive spotlight on our community in Arizona, delivering uncut and uncensored content that truly represents the essence of local happenings. For reliable news and exciting updates on local community politics, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We offer a range of affordable promotional packages designed to make your event stand out. If you are in business, sports, or showcasing local talents and looking to see beautiful tourist locations, we are here to elevate your presence. Do not wait to be part of the conversation. Go subscribe to Bollie TV on YouTube now. Call us at 480-228-1229 or email us at jbollie1980@gmail.com for any questions.
So we want you to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to Bollie TV.
All right, people, welcome back. I'm still here, your almost 7, your host, Mr. James Bollie, on the podcast, The Mind of a Father. Today we have our dynamic guest here. As you can already see, the men were firing before we even took the break. So we're back now so we can dive more into the discussion. Like I said, when we come back, we will be talking about the mental and emotional strength of men today and yesterday. Okay, so let me just remind you before we continue again, a father is not just about being there. It is about showing up, standing strong, and shaping lives each and every single day. A father's presence can build a child or break one. Today, we ask the hard questions and define what really it means to be a father, a husband, and a wife. And a man. Anybody can have a child, but not every man becomes a father. There is where real fatherhood, you will hear them speak here. You will hear them reflect there. You will hear them grow here. This is where you will hear the mindset of a father. Pastor Suku, thank you once again for accepting our invitation. Pastor Suku will be discussing now about the mental and emotional strength of men. How do you handle pressure when everything depends on you?
That's a very good question, Mr. Bollie. Thank you. I personally, every person handle pressure differently, but I personally handle pressure when I feel that I'm going through anything emotional that is pressuring me. I spend time by myself. I play my music. I sit in my little quiet corner.
You isolate yourself.
I isolate, yes, because I need to reflect. I need to think, and try to find solution, or try to find some way of, relaxing. So I do play my music and just sit in my little place and just meditate. It does help me.
So let's say you lost your job. Your family about to get evicted. Wifey pressuring you. Children, everybody take it. No here, no take. Are you still saying you're gonna go sit and listen to music, or what you going to do? Because then the pressure is
in that case, I mean, that's a bigger pressure. So if I lost a job and everything is going down, then I have to find solutions. So in that case is where, you see, more men don't have that emotional support. That's where we need one another. We need each other, men. Right?
Like a men group you're talking about, like that?
Yeah, men group or a friend, who can help. Because now I need a job to put my family back on course, right? So maybe someone who has a job, right? So that situation is something that means immediate, action to be taken. So it's not something for me to relax and like a little pressure and say, okay, because I'm tired from work and the work was so tense, that's a different thing. But in that case, I need help. I need to get some, help.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, that we need support from all of men and from the friend, but with the confidentiality issue now, where soon are you and the man friend today, small thing happen, he go on Facebook like that. Well, that man, where you put your family also, he to me crying, I helping him. I mean, how can you provide? Who will you find out confident in to talk to? Because if you look at his social media, is men not joining the women that they grow up there now, they discussing their friend and think, I did this for that man, I did that for that man when he was down, because of some little misunderstanding.
Right. That is where I said the society has some negative impact on most of us men, because men are supposed to stand by each other, right? So the Bible says something. The Bible says iron sharpen iron. So men is to sharpen the confidence of another man to help his friend, right? So if I'm going through that one situation, no matter what, you need help. You need emotional help. You need financial help. So if I can find a friend, and that friend help me, and he go on Facebook or go whatever and say because he has given me some help, and he goes on talking about it, well, it's over to him. But the most important thing is to get out of where I find myself, at least to open some doors for me to be able to help my family, because it's not just you alone. It's about your family. So getting help is important. Not being proud, because it's the ego and the pride that make most of us say, no, I will not ask nobody, and get isolate yourself, and you're drowning.
Yes, that's true. But
You're
again,
drowning.
would you prefer drowning silently, or would you prefer drowning publicly because you confide in somebody that you thought was helping you?
I prefer to drown publicly. Because no matter what, you get some help. Maybe you might get help from everybody, but somebody will come in. Somebody will show up.
And then when you get out of that situation, you're not going back to that person again.
You see, that's why friendship is very important. So for us as men, we have to identify friends. First, who is my friend? Right?
Correct.
Can a friend stand there for me in the time of darkness? Can he help me? Can he show a light when it is dark, for me? So these are things that we have as men. We have to, try to identify who is my friend, and if that friend can stand for me when I'm in need.
Now that's correct. Now the friend will come help me, then feed you a little,
then
put it in my face.
yes.
Soon him and said, me small flower.
Disagreement.
He on Facebook. Going from different Facebook show.
That's not a
bad thing, but how you help me?
He has been an enemy.
He has been an enemy for the one.
Yeah, but the one you're not afraid.
You just didn't know.
Yeah, you just didn't know.
All right, now. What silent battles are you fighting, if you are fighting any, that you think your family does not see? Because not every man, we have that situation where sometimes we are fighting certain things, but we feel that maybe we don't want to tell our wife, we don't want to tell some men, I'm not saying everybody, we don't want to tell anybody, and we believe that we can conquer it by ourselves. Are you fighting one of the kind of battles? Some men have dreams that they be the battle.
Yeah, every man has a battle. I do have a battle that I fight. Because if you have a family and you want, and your desire is to make sure that your children come all right, your children are doing good, both in school and in a private life, that's a battle, because you're praying, you trusting God that what you see should come to pass. So for me as a pastor, I believe that's a battle that I'm praying every day, every time, and concerned. So when I see something wrong, right, I begin to pray against it. So every time as a father, you fight battles. It can be secret, it can be public, but you fight battles. You fight battles.
Everybody
because you get
battles,
family, you take care of family, so you go through a lot.
That is correct. Now, what I mean is there any battle you fighting right now that you have not told your wife about?
Oh yeah, first the battle. I'm not
It's right now to tell your wife about the battle you're fighting when you're a pastor now. You know, when you're married, you won.
Yeah, we won.
So have you told her the certain battles that you're fighting now? Silently now.
You know, there are certain battles that you fight as a man. Like for me now, as a minister,
yeah.
There are certain things that I will see, all right, and I'm praying for, or I'm praying against. I won't just tell my wife right away, because maybe will put fear in her when it seems big or it seems, let's say dangerous or demonic. It makes you afraid. It makes her afraid, right? So at that moment of time, I may not tell her until that battle is conquered.
Why she can't join you to pray so you can fight together? You're one.
That's what I'm saying. I say if I feel that it will scare her.
But how will you know if you don't tell her? How will you know if it will scare her?
I know my wife. You know your wife. You know what you tell your wife. It's a big panicky, right? So then you'll be able to know. If I tell her, then maybe you're going to raise her. Yeah. But it's always important to always tell your wife, depending who that wife is, because there are some women when you tell them stuff, it becomes how do I describe it? It becomes a story around the town. Right.
Correct. They use it as a leverage for every flower you make, you put in your face.
Right, to put in your face. So
it's but even with that being said, it's a good precedent to, like, if you're fighting something, you're one. Because like you were saying from the beginning, they say sometimes you will make decisions in your life that may wait on you later on, and sometimes it may get the family to deep or something. Don't you think she's supposed to be aware? So that
she's supposed to be aware. There is nothing that's going to be hidden from your wife. Okay. Because the Bible says Adam and Eve were in the garden, they were naked, they were never ashamed. So everything was exposed. So if I'm hiding something that my wife is supposed to know, right, it is wrong. But if I tell my wife something I know that will make her afraid, then I don't have to tell her. I gotta wait until I feel that it's comfortable. It gets to the point where I feel comfortable that when I tell her, it won't raise, or blood pressure.
Well, but what if she come out and say, but you're not happy that now you won't tell me? Why you tell me the thing else?
I'm sorry. I try to tell you, but I'm
so you apologize.
Yeah, I was working on it.
All right.
I was fighting the battle, so I know now that you're getting the place that I can tell you. Now this is the time, so I'm sorry. Don't feel
that. Is the voice of Pastor Spencer Suku. Pastor Suku will be coming to marriage and partnership. So, what does being a good husband look like when things are not going well?
Commitment.
When things are not going well.
If things are not going well, how does a good husband look like?
Yeah. What does a good husband look like when things are not going well? So, for example, you will be committed when your wife asking you to find a job. You say committed.
this is why I think I said it before. Yeah. I said, our husbands supposed to have unconditional love.
I understand that part from the man.
Okay.
When things is not going well with you and your wife.
When things not going well, right? So when things are not going well, that unconditional love
from the man now, because we talk about men here now.
yes,
Okay.
from men.
You're loving somebody, but it's not going well. The person just keep telling you how you get committed to that.
You married to them.
I understand.
It's a confidence. So it's not just how we call it boyfriend and girlfriend thing. Say, okay, now the way she behaving like this, I can just let her go. But when you marry, it's a confidence before God and a legal process before men. So it's not something that, okay, because it's not going well, there's a storm in that marriage. So then my approach will be different. So my approach has to always be the same.
What would be your advice as a pastor to men on this Father's Day? Things to do before they get married.
Because men who wants to get married.
Men who wants to get married.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to believe that no men want to get married. Mm-hmm. Maybe it depends on who you got. Because in that opinion, you can be going out with somebody and still don't like them.
Right.
You can be going out with somebody and want to marry them immediately. So that's why I say, you as a pastor, what would be like advice?
My advice to men who planning or who wish to get
because
married.
there are some in relationship right now.
Yeah.
Some of them keeping the put dollar
Yeah.
on layaway for almost 17 years.
So if you're giving somebody dollar layaway for 17 years, 10 years, you are not serious. You are not serious. You are doing evil to her. That's
Okay.
not right.
So what would be the procedure? What would be the best advice?
So if you can spend 7 years with a person and you don't still know the person and know that woman is capable of being your wife, then you're not doing good. Then you got to stop.
So is that a time frame you got to spend with somebody before you can decide whether you're going to marry them?
No.
Okay.
Love. The moment you found the person you love, the wife, that identical person, there's something that is in you that will lift, that will jump. You know what I mean? All right. I'll tell you, this person is your wife, and you love them. You're in love with them. You are comfortable with them. You feel happy when the person is around. You just happy. That's a wife. That's a wife. Person who help you to make sure that your life is in order. Make sure that you are, when you go out there, you are looking good. You are looking so nice. You are presentable. Trying to talk to you to make sure that your life is, in order. That's a wife.
So let's look at the opposite as a man. What if that person you want to marry is not ready to get married?
If she's not ready to get married, then that means she's not yours.
So you should walk away from the relationship.
Because any good woman that know what she wants, the moment she see a man that truly love her desire is to get married.
What's the time frame, or how do you determine when you meet somebody, or what are the procedure in order to even think that the person can be your wife?
Brother, I met my wife within 6 months we got married.
No, not sneaking, nothing.
No, 6 months we got married. 6 months. I remember where I took her to my senior pastor. That was it with the counseling. Family people came. People who I know I have confidence in, observe it, say this woman could be your wife. Will be your wife. So it doesn't take forever to know this person is your wife. It doesn't take 7 years, 10 years to know this person is your wife. The moment you see a partner or life partner, something in you, deep down in you, tell you this is your wife. Because every man has something called discernment. What we can say, my heart, and my other heart say, and my other. So most men have already left the woman that you are married to back then. And now they far them beyond the other ones who just giving them hard time. Okay, because you left someone who was actually your wife from the beginning.
Now, when you say marriage, now, because some men want to say marriage, but they have money. Do marriage always have to be the hello wedding where you have to bring people they will not bring gifts, they eat, all this? I mean, marriage now, can you define to us as a pastor what marriage always supposed to be? Is it supposed to be a big celebration?
No.
Or just something between two of you guys? A confidence?
It's a confidence between a man and a woman. All right? Marriage could be done. We are Africans. So our original marriage is the traditional direct payment. What we say, we go and pay direct. Right? That's our marriage. The rest of the other thing that we're doing is the Western world culture.
The formality.
Yeah, thing that we put in it. It's just formality. So when you marry, you marry between two families. All right? If between two families. Now I have daughters. If a man sees one of my daughter and want to marry her, and he bring his family and they come and pay direct, they are married.
So one of the men see what they deliberate. So the African say that traditional now.
Yeah.
They bring 10 cows for you.
Yeah.
They're married right there.
They're married.
So now I want you to tell me something as a pastor now. Can you tell us what's the difference between biblical marriage and the traditional marriage, and which one is honored by God?
Both of them are honored by God.
So technically, you don't need no pastor for you to put your hand on Bible.
No.
So,
It's two families coming together, okay, to give their daughters hands in marriage. So what is important in our culture, from where we're from, is when you pay a direct, you bring your family and pay the direct, right? and the family bless that marriage, it's blessed. Now, is it okay that if I were Christian, I should call my chair pastor there? Yes. To come and pray? Yes.
So this marriage, is this marriage supposed to be biblically in the biblical principle? Should we be blessed by God or should we be blessed by the family? Because you're pastor, so I'm bringing it to you that way. Because according to you, you say once the family bless that marriage.
So you accept the dowry along that family. If I accept dowry from a family for my daughter, right? They're going to need them. I'm going to pray for them. They are blessed. Whether I'm a pastor or not, they are blessed because the blessing is from the father. Okay. Now,
why not the mother?
The blessing is in the father.
No, I said why not the mother?
The mother gave the direction, so the blessing is in the father. So you're gonna break this down for us. This is why fathers are very important
in the lives of the children.
In the lives of the children, very important because the blessing is in the father. When you look at the whole Bible, it didn't say that Sarah blessed Isaac. No, Abraham blessed Isaac. Jacob was blessed by his father Isaac. Okay, and calm down. So the blessing is in the father. The direction is in the mother.
So I'm going to ask this question before we go to the end of this topic. With one more question. People who are not Christians believe in any denomination. Are their marriages blessed by God?
It's blessed by God.
Whichever way they decide to do it.
It's blessed by God.
Does the same principles of the father giving the blessing applies?
It's blessed by God. Because God honor marriage. Anything that two families come together in agreement, right? Is actually blessed by God. You don't have to go to okay, for example, court wedding.
Yeah.
People that go to the court. When you go to the court, you get married, the judge stand there and say, I declare your husband and wife. God ordained it. It's blessed.
So it's not just about the people.
No, because God honor marriage. What God wants us to do is God, the first thing God created after everything, He looked at man and said, man is alone. So He brought a woman. The first marriage was done by God. He brought Eve, right, to Adam and blessed them. He said, be fruitful and multiply the earth. So God blessed marriage. So no matter whether you go to the court, you have your traditional, what marriage, it's blessed. It's blessed. You are married. You don't have to do and and say ping, 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 and get limousine, get big wedding, then you marry. No. If you want to do it, if you have the money, it's fine. If you want to make a big wedding and where you have 5,000 people coming from every part of the world, it's fine, but for me, I would suggest go to your local court, do your wedding, you're married, well, call your family, do it, and save that money for your unborn children.
That is the voice of Pastor Spencer Suku. Pastor Suku, have you ever taken your partner for granted?
I would say yes. As I said earlier,
can you give the instance what happened that you took her for granted?
As I said earlier, on our anniversary, okay, because these things are important to women. My wife takes anything very important, her anniversary, her birthday, right? And so if I don't pull in on those 2 important days of her life, right, she feel that I have neglected her. I have taken her for, over granted. And which, of course, I agree.
Are you still doing it?
No.
So what changed that mindset?
It changed because I realized that these are days that are important to my wife. And so I should take it very, very important because it's very important to her. These are days that make her happy or more happier. Okay, she's happy all through the year. But birthday when it comes, it's a day that people are very happy. So you gotta show them love. You gotta do something, give some gift. So if I not do those things now, then
all right. That is the voice of Pastor Spencer Suku. We are going down to the end of this podcast, but before we go, we still got two more topics to go, and this time we'll be talking about fatherhood and the impact. What kind of legacy are you intentionally building for your children versus what your father built for you?
My father built a legacy that I think it didn't go down well with me in terms of how, those days, he carried himself. And so I promised myself at a very younger age that if I have children, I will be different. I'll be a different version of my father. All right. So I have done that over the years when I started having kids. So I strongly believe that my legacy that I'm leaving is the good life I'm living. They are seeing the things I'm building for them, the investment and stuff like that they are seeing and say, okay, yeah, our dad is living something. For me, I don't have it. My dad
so you will not let your father he ain't try to do anything. Let me give you a story of myself. My father, we had cars in the yard. The man refused to teach me how to drive.
That is interesting. So when it's in place,
I started stealing the car. That's how I learned. Every policeman in the world, any kind of policeman, African, I went through it.
Wow.
I used to steal car. So when I started growing up, I used to say to myself, if I ever have a son, you will not steal car. So my son, I used to take the car and give it to him. Because the reason why I used to take the car key and give it to him, because I know the pressure that I was under.
That's correct.
When I stole that car.
That's correct.
To bring it back.
Right.
Sometimes it almost caused accident.
Right.
So I didn't want my older son to go through it. So anytime he can ask for the car key, I take and give it to him.
Right.
Because in that way, man is free. When you go with a man, the only thing I can tell you, behave yourself while in the car.
Exactly.
So when you go with a man, so you can be free coming home.
Okay.
So that one. So when I'm talking about that, I will follow the legacy. So I used to say, no, I'm not going to do the same thing my father did to start having car key for my son.
Right.
Then you start learning to steal it, because this is the United States.
Right.
So that's why I asked you that question.
So you see, you give a very good example. So we fall in the same type of category growing up. All right. So that agree, say you want to follow the path of your daddy.
I was having the car key for my
your car key, and your son was stealing the car key.
Yeah, in the country. Yeah.
In the country, definitely that pattern will continue, because
he too will
practice the same thing and you do it to his son. But then you broke that thing and said, no, it's not good. So that's the same thing happened. In my case, I thought of, okay, now my kids should have everything that they need. Even if I don't have it now, I'll work hard to make sure that they have it. So I begin with different vision of my dad.
Like, and one more thing, like where you and myself come from, our father them felt that when we fear them, that discipline, when we fear them, right? It means that they were a good father. They look at it as respect, because your child fear you. Mm-hmm. You can fear somebody, but that does not necessarily mean you respect them.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So this is my question to you then, in this case. Are you raising your children with discipline to fear, and why? Or are you just raising them to say nothing, show respect, but don't fear me?
I raise them to show respect and be expressive, and don't fear me. Because if you fear me, that means if they're having any issue, they will hide it from. I would not know. So I'm raising them to be their friend. I am their father, but I also their friend that they can come up to and tell me whatever. I was just telling one of my daughters a few days ago. I say whatever that is bothering you, or whatever you did something wrong, come and tell me.
But that's for us. We were boys that we grew up.
We can.
Way close to our mother than our father.
Yeah.
We'll go tell their father, but their girlfriend.
I would tell my mom stuff. Even as president, I would tell my mom stuff. Then I would tell my dad. So
because they put that fear in us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They put that fear in us that you could not even go talk to them about anything.
The lion in the house.
Yeah. The thing about it, that carry.
So that's not a good way to raise children.
So in our case, what is one thing that you wish your father did different, and how will you correct it? How will you correct that? What is one thing you think your father did different, based on what you must say? Yeah, explain that with your children and everything. What is one thing you wish your father did differently, and how are you correcting that with your children?
I wish my father would show us his children love, more love.
So there was no love.
Care, okay, that he will take up his responsibility at the time. And for me, I changed that. I make sure that my kids, I show them love. I'm there for them. I talk about time, right?
Yeah.
Earlier I said time.
Correct.
Which is very important. So I think that I'm doing time, love, care, giving them support, emotionally.
I mean, you could. And you kept that emotion inside. And
inside. It took me, to be frank, I mean, we all laugh. Let me, because I know some men might be going through that. It took me some time to actually forgive my dad.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me time, like being a pastor, and then I decided to forgive my dad, because it's something that hurt me so bad. Because it's a long story. Well,
you can't express yourself.
Yeah, he was not. Besides that, he was not dead. You know what I mean?
All right. So, Pastor Suku, we will come to the end of this program. But before we do, we have to talk about balance and sacrifices of men today, or even men, period. Since it's Father's Day, before we can conclude. What have you had to sacrifice to be present for your family? Just one thing. Just name one thing. Say, look, I had to sacrifice the thing to be there with my family.
I have to lose money to be there for my family. Because if I take 2 things off, a lot of money I miss.
Your paycheck short.
The paycheck short.
And what made you to do that?
Because I want to be there for my family.
Was it like an occasion going on? Or yes,
occasion,
like this, today, I want to hang out with you.
occasion, and sometimes you get to go a day. Like last week, I took 2 days off. I just stay home. Okay.
Wow.
2 days off, well paid.
Do you believe you have truly formed balance, or are you still chasing it?
I have fun balance.
So you're not chasing it no more again? You have formed, okay.
I have truly fun balance.
Okay, now, so I know that you said there were some times where you were working and you were not able to make time or that. Now, how did you handle the guilt of not always being there during the time that you could not be there for your family or your children?
That guilt will be live. I will live by that all the days of my life, because my older ones, as I always said, I said earlier, I wasn't present. I mean, some occasion on the birthday, I had to go to work.
Like the country we found was saying?
Yes, I had to work because I was the one who was paying all the bills. So I had to work. I gotta go to work. So on the birthday of my older one, sometimes I was not there.
Do you think it is
Thanksgiving?
You had to work.
I'm at work. Christmas, I'm at work. So a lot of my kids in the Christmas picture, just the mom and them, and that alone makes me to feel bad, and I still living with that because that's not right.
Do you think that some of the situation your father found himself in, and that you're taking it against him today? Maybe you ain't know where you're going, and you take it against. You think your children will feel that way too. Sometimes Papa was not even there for Christmas. Do you think that some of the situation
they will feel that? They will sure feel that. Some of them have expressed it to me that that you're not there this Christmas. You are at work. We're having Christmas. You're gone. Thanksgiving. You are at work. But they don't look at it. The sacrifice that has been made as a father. You know what I mean? So that I regret, and I have worked on that.
Yeah, but you see the difference is that
what done for my younger ones is quite different.
You see the difference with how we grew up in Africa, the tradition, right? Your children are able to express that to you. But then did you have the opportunity to express to your dad some of the things he did to you?
I told my dad 2018.
And what did he say? How was his reaction? Versus your reaction?
He said sorry to me. He did apologize to me.
Wow. Is he still alive?
Yeah.
All right.
He's still alive.
All right. That is the voice of Pastor Spencer Suku. Pastor Suku, thank you so much for joining this Father Day, the Mind of a Father podcast. I will give you 1 or 2 minutes to do your closing statement to our fathers that will be listening. But before you do that, I want you to answer this question first, and then you can do 1 or 2 closing statements so we can call your day.
Okay.
At the end of your life, God forbid, what do you want your children and your wife to say about you, the man that you were? That
I am a good father and a good husband who stood by them and sacrificed for them. That I believe they will say. I'm going to be in heaven at that time. I'll be looking down. Good job.
Let me see it. They say, Baba, today. All right, Pastor Suku, thank you so much. Now you can give your parting statement here, 1 or 2 minutes if you want to.
Thank you,
man. That will be listening.
Thank you. I want to say happy Father's Day to fathers out there, the good fathers, the loving fathers, the caring fathers, the one that love their children unconditionally, who can sacrifice everything for the lives of their children. You are doing well. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. Thank you for loving your wife. Thank you for supporting your wife. Thank you for standing as a shepherd, as a father that God has given the ability to serve. Because the children God gives you, God will ask you tomorrow, what did you do? How did you train them? Because whatever you train is what society get. So let's make sure as fathers to train our children in a way that when they go, they will not depart from it. Happy Father's Day. May God bless you. Keep winning. Don't stop winning. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you too. The seed that you plant today, that what will grow for you. Basically, that's what it means saying. So before we come to this podcast, let me just do a disclaimer to our wives, our women that may be watching. Anything the men say, I'm not part of it. Because I don't want to go and be real one and say, but Spencer is successful. So let me make that disclaimer. Fatherhood is not just about being there. It is about showing up, standing strong, and shaping lives every single day. A father presence can build a child or break one. Today, you heard in this podcast, or we were asking the real hard questions that define what it really means to be a man, a husband, and a father. Anybody can have a child, but not every man becomes a father.
That's correct.
This is where you will hear real father speak, real father reflect, and real father grow. This has been the Mindset of the Father podcast, a Bollie Media production, and thank you for watching Bollie TV. I will see you on the next episode, and happy Father's Day.
Every struggle you carry slow. Work all night, never let us know. Now today we celebrate your glow.